Okay, can you hear me? We ready to get started? Can you hear me? Do I have to hold this up higher? Do I have to squat down like this? Nod if you can hear me. Are the speakers working? We're good? Okay, awesome. All right, we're going to get started. So let's find our seats, and I will ask you to raise your hand if you did not get a raffle ticket. You can't hear, they can't hear me at all, and they're in the front row. So, well, we have speakers. I thought that, you know. Oh.
If you can hear me, put your hand over me.
Does everybody have a raffle ticket? If you don't have one, raise your hand. Lacey will bring you one. And we are going to do raffle at the end. Is that better? No? I can hear myself echoing back like a lot. So I'm like, wow, I'm so loud. They can't hear me at all. And yeah, they're on the front row. So we're testing this out. Sorry. I don't know what to say.
Well, the mic is, I think, mainly going to help it record so that people can watch it.
So I still have to yell? Okay.
You might.
So you're just going to have to be quiet because, I don't know, I guess I have to yell. And I feel like I'm really loud because the mic is bouncing back at me, but I guess it's not for you. So they can't hear me at all. I'm going to have to get closer.
Is it working, the speaker? No, they're not.
I do?
Yeah, you don't hear anything. Hello, hello. Did we turn it on? Hello, hello, hello. Yesterday it was so loud, so I'm surprised.
Okay. We're trying to record, so bear with us for a minute. We're trying to do this live stream, but I'm more concerned about the people here being able to actually hear me than that if this isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should just invest in a megaphone.
A megaphone. I can talk loud, but I don't.
Project.
Did I push the button? Is the button pushed?
It's like even.
Oh, okay. Is that better? Is it coming through online? No?
What happened?
Okay, what should I do? Just forget it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. That's really weird. It's like blowing out. No light.
Oh, the diffuser's not on anymore either.
The power's not working. Try the one above it.
Yeah, well.
There, maybe that was it. Oh! Power is important, apparently. Who knew?
Electricity.
Okay.
Now we just have to get the level correct. Whoa, that's loud. Now it's just echoing. Okay, I'll just keep talking until we get the levels all figured out. Now they can't hear me at all. And oh yeah, are we all out? Oh yeah. No, we don't have more. She brought 30. Sorry.
What'd you say? Yeah, actually, the further back, the better, I think.
To it.
Da.
Testing. No echo. Can you hear? You can hear. It's okay. It's not great. Can you hear in the back? A little bit?
You want it louder?
Okay. Is that better? Wow. No.
I can't believe those little speakers can do that.
No, Lori's shaking her head. She can't hear.
It's not what Isaac hooked us up with.
It's all vibrating. It's hard to listen to. It's echoing. Is there anything? I mean,
it's probably better than not.
Yeah.
Because their kids are not going to be silent.
We need to be louder than the children, apparently. So
Okay.
I don't know if I can get used to this echo. Can you understand me at all? I mean, I feel like it's just a big echo. Okay, good. All right, well, welcome. Thank you for coming. We're very excited to share with you what we learned at the Aspire convention in Salt Lake City, just some of it. Of course, we're only going to touch on highlights and key points because it was 3 days jam-packed, morning till night. So you've probably heard about new products. We'll touch on those, a couple new programs, and we will have a couple of other people who were there come up and share some of their insights and things like that. So we're excited to share that with you. There'll be things you can look at and smell and all of that later as well. So we'll try to leave time for that and questions if we have time. So I think we're going to just go ahead and jump in with talking about the new products. If you if you didn't get a raffle ticket at some point, just wave one of us down before the raffle. We'll be at the end, so we'll make sure everybody has one again at the end. So she's going to steal the show. So I'm Crystal Garvin, and I am the Platinum Wellness Advocate along with Lacey Grimm here in this area. She lives closer to here. I'm in Kernersville. She's in Pleasant Gardens. So if you haven't met us, please come meet us later. We're kind of the ones who started this whole crazy thing, and we're so excited that you're all on this journey with us. It has been amazing, and we are very fired up. If we seem tired, it's just jet lag, but we're really excited about everything we have to share and everything we learned. And I've never seen a better time to be in this business. We've kind of laid the groundwork. A lot of seeds have been planted in this area. A lot of people have heard of doTERRA, or essential oils at least now. And there's only one diamond in the whole state of North Carolina. In Salt Lake City, where we were, there's like a diamond on every block. So, and they're still producing more every month. So we have so much room to expand here. They covered some of the top states as far as percentage of people who've been reached. And even the top states, it's only 20% of the households are using doTERRA. And we're nowhere near that. I don't even think we've reached like 1% saturation in North Carolina. So if you're in a group of people that feels like it's saturated, you just need to get out and meet some other people. There is lots of room to grow here. So we're excited to see that. Lacey and I are tracking for diamond. So somebody told me I looked like I was going to go on a hike. I'm wearing all my doTERRA gear, my hiking shoes. I'm hiking to diamond, so you're all going with me. So let's talk about new products. I can pass around the new catalog. If you want to thumb through it, that's fine. I only have one, so you can't keep it. I'll be ordering more, but that's one we got. We got convention kits, some of us, and we have new products. And I can pass around some of the oils and things to smell too, and we'll just get started with that. So the first one is this wood oil, and I'll have you just pass around. You can smell it. I don't want to see your faces cringing with disgust, because just think about how it makes you feel, not how it smells. Yeah, think about how Melaleuca is so healing and cleansing, and a lot of people go, oh, that smells so awful. So it's called Arbor Vitae. It's also, I heard it said Arbor Vitae, Arbor Vitae, so I guess it really doesn't matter unless you know Latin, which is a dead language, so you really can't pick an argument about that. But it is a plant, it is from a wood, and the really amazing thing about it, doTERRA is the first company to have figured out how to distill the wood oil. The plant oil actually has a toxic substance in the leaf. Yeah. So from the leaves, if they distill that oil, it's toxic. So yes, and so we have now this wood oil, which does not have any of that toxic substance in it, and we're the only company that has it. So a man who's very passionate about sustaining these plants, these trees, he's personally planted over 100 of them, and he's the one who figured it out.
He also has a really cool haircut.
And it's a tree that's been used for centuries with the Native Americans for all kinds of things, and they don't waste. That's something they're well known for. So it's actually from sawdust that's left over from building materials, and she's going to talk about that later. But it's really cool how they don't waste any part of it. So this is really it's a good insect repellent. The trees themselves are very resistant to any insect or disease. They live for 1,000 years or more. So it's kind of like Fountain of Youth. You can put it on your face, but it's also extremely antiviral, antibacterial. So you can use it for healthy cell function.
They don't decay. So like they could have died 1,000 years ago and are laying on the ground, but they look like they just fell over last week.
Yeah. So, and there are ones standing that are 1,000 years old, but there's also ones that have fallen, but even though they've been dead for a long time, they have not deteriorated. So it's a really amazing oil. And it's been studied a lot against hepatitis B and C, and I heard research going on against Lyme's disease, some really drug-resistant things that are out there that it's being used against. So I'm excited to see more research on that. The next one is cardamom. I love the smell. It's very sweet. We don't have anything else like it, really. It's very closely related to ginger. It is the most expensive spice in the world if you just buy the spice. So it's been well known, again, for centuries. It really eases digestion, so it's great for indigestion issues, and it helps with breathing and respiratory issues, calms upset stomachs. It's very uplifting for the mood, and it's been used a lot for spices, for cooking, and it's now been included in Breathe, which I'm diffusing in the new petal diffuser, which you can see there too, is doTERRA's new diffuser, and that is really a good competitive diffuser where I hope we will not be sending all of our customers to buy cheaper diffusers from everyone else now. It's a good competitive price range. It's a very good diffuser. You can probably smell, I can smell it from here, so anyway, I'm diffusing the new Breathe in it. It does have the cardamom. It's not as intense, and I really like that. So it's got a calming, instead of that intense, wow, that just woke me up, and almost painful kind of smell that sometimes people experience with Breathe. So I really love the new Breathe. And along with that, Breathe throat drops. So we've had the On Guard throat drops for protection and immunity, which is great, but a lot of us are still going out and buying over-the-counter natural cough drops because the On Guard wasn't meant to really help with coughing. The Breathe is, so you can use it to maintain clear airways and breathing, overall respiratory, and it's also just good for calming your senses. I love how it tastes. It's got lemon, peppermint, eucalyptus, which is a food-grade eucalyptus, and then the cardamom as well. So I am going to love those because we are one of those families that still buys natural cough drops for coughs, and I could tell. I woke up the second morning in Salt Lake with just a little tickle in my throat and a little congestion, just climate change kind of thing, and I took one and I was clear within a minute. Yeah, don't eat them. That's my only bag right now. All right, the Correct X ointment here. It's the essential ointment that will replace your antibiotic ointment. I don't want to say any brand names, but it starts with an N, and we all know, using it. So, right. So it has frankincense, helichrysum, melaleuca, cedarwood, and lavender, which are all known for soothing skin irritation, promoting healing, and I will be using it to replace antibiotic ointments and creams, also for eczema, psoriasis, people with those kind of skin issues. It's soothing and hydrating, but it's petroleum-free. It does have that feel like that petroleum, but it absorbs quickly. It's preservative-free. They're making more of these things preservative-free as well, and it will be very gentle and non-irritating. So we're excited about that as well. And then what else? We have the toothpaste samples. I don't know where they went. Oh, they're down there. Toothpaste is now available in samples, and really it's probably going to last about 3 uses. I think it was $3.50 for 10 of them, something like that. But so that's the On Guard toothpaste. If you've never used it, it's fluoride-free. It has On Guard essential oil. And I didn't really expect much. I've been using natural toothpaste, fluoride-free, for a long time. But about a week after I started using it, I felt like I had been to the dentist and had my teeth polished. It was like I couldn't believe how clean my teeth felt. And my kids like it, so that's a great, good natural toothpaste there that's available for us to give to our clients in samples. And we have the HD Clear. It's renamed. The face wash and the roller are the same. They were not reformulated. So those are just the acne wash and roller that we've always had. But now we also have a moisturizer to go with that line. I'm excited about the changes with the skincare. doTERRA is listening. Ingredients or things that you're not crazy about in some of the products, go ahead and tell product support. They are listening, and they are really working hard on researching what's going to be effective but not require all the preservatives. And for those of us who still, who make our own, that's great too. But I love that they have these for people who are no-can DIY kind of people. So, and I tried it, and I love how my skin felt. I think I might have to convert from DIY at least for some of these steps. So you can feel free to come up and check that out. It's a 3-step system. Then we also have the new anti-aging system called Virage, and most of you know that skincare was my livelihood before. I did not expect to be all that impressed. and I am. It's really amazing, my skin. And my mother-in-law too, she's been using it. She's been staying with us. It's felt really smooth and soft, and it's preservative-free. They've been able to, figure out a technology of delivery that will allow them not to have to use all the preservatives that some people didn't like in the other anti-aging skincare line. So there's 4 steps with that too. The cleanser, sorry, I keep hitting this microphone. The cleanser, toner, serum, and moisturizer, and the serum has Immortelle built into it. It's Immortelle hydrating serum. It's awesome. So the Immortelle that we love, and that you can still get another one of if you've already gotten one free with a 200 PV order in September. I'm still using that straight around my eyes, but I love that the serum has it in there too. So I'm just trying to hit on high points here, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. You can read about all of this. I don't know, this might have been the one I was most excited about when I first saw it. It's Terra Greens. So this is whole food fruits and vegetables. It's got super fruits, and then it also has essential oils, and it's a powdered mix. You can mix it with water. It tastes like grass, or dirt, but whatever. It's good for you. But you can mix it into a smoothie, and that's what, you can't even tell it's in there. They had samples where it was mixed with the chocolate trim shake, the vanilla trim shake. You couldn't tell. It tasted great, and I put it in my kids' smoothies today. Nobody could tell, and it's really packed for your immune system, digestive health, weight management, GMO-free, gluten-free, just so everyone knows that, vegan-friendly, because you'll see things like wheatgrass, and not everybody knows that is not related to wheat. The key word there is grass. So anyway, I had a couple people ask me about that. And again, the diffuser's up there, and it's working hard for us, but it has 1, 2, and 4-hour settings. 100 square feet is the amount of space it's supposed to cover. It's very easy to use. It has the option of keeping the light on or off. It's $47, so it's a very good competitive diffuser, and I feel like it's built better than some of the cheaper ones I've tried from other companies. We also have the support of doTERRA if something goes wrong with it. And I know some people bought diffusers for $25, and if it breaks in 3 weeks, you're out of luck. There's nobody to call. So I'm really excited about that. So that's the new products, and you can ask more questions about that. I'm going to have Lacey come over, and she might call Leanne up for help too. But she's going to talk about a couple of new programs and things that will be offered starting, the new Class in a Box is October 1st, and the SHARE program is effective immediately for current wellness advocates. So she's going to come tell you about those things. Yes. Yes, product question. They did not. So the question was, are they going to replace the old skincare? They did not say that, and the old skincare is still in the new catalog. So I don't know if they're going to kind of see if, how they compare, if people are still wanting to buy the old, if they like that better. And if they do, I'm sure they'll keep making it. And if this is really popular and the old sales go way down, they'll probably discontinue. I don't know. They didn't say for sure. I'm just kind of guessing. Yes, Jessica.
Can you explain about
the carrageenan? That's a question that comes up a lot, and it's been a concern for a lot of people. After research and asking doTERRA and hearing Dr. Hill speak about it, I feel very comfortable using the carrageenan that doTERRA uses because it comes from an edible seaweed source, and Lacey or Leanne may want to add to that, but that's as much as my brain retained from it.
It echoes in my brain. You hear it like twice now.
All right. How's that? Is that really bad? Bad? Closer? Further away? Hello? Hello. That's okay? Yeah? Okay. So the SHARE and the Class in the Box, these are like, they can transform your business. I'm really excited about them because I think there are some people clearly who are intimidated to start and have a class, and these two things I think will really encourage people. The SHARE thing we can all take advantage of right now. It's a little confusing. It takes a little bit of time to settle in, and Leanne might correct me because what it is so 15% you can trade. So we know we get a fast start bonus. It's 20%, right? 20% flat, and that's a great bonus. So you can trade when you first that you want to try this program instead. And what it means is you'll get 15% back instead of the 20% back. And then for every purchase that anybody makes under you, anybody who enrolls with a kit, if they say they enrolled with the premium essential oils kit, which is $4.15, I think. for something. Anyway, you would get 415 points for that. And then they've set up these little groupings, and they each have their own individual point value. And they start at 200 points, and so you could take, they start at 500? They start at 500 points. So if somebody enrolled with that 415 point kit, you would get those 415 points, and you could add them with another enrollment and get that kit. So that, the kits, then they had said 15 plus 15 equals 30, and that was like, what in the world are you talking about? What that means is the kit that's 500 value that you can buy, the actual retail value is 15% of $500. Is that right? Okay. Okay, so on a $500 kit, the actual retail value is 15%, so 15 plus 15 equals 30. So you're actually earning more than 20%. So that's why they're pointing that out. It's confusing, but it actually is a really good program in terms of you can earn more than just the 20%. Since we're already most of us are wellness advocates already, you can go ahead and set that up and try it out yourself right now. So, and I think that you can set that up until 60 days or
60 days to begin the program, and then you have to use your points by the 30 days after the program ends. So for us, it started on Monday. 60 days from Monday, that's when our time stops, and then we have 30 days after that to use our points.
Right. And they do ship free and everything. I mean, you don't have to pay an additional redemption fee or shipping fee or anything like that. So it's just you spend your points and get it. Yeah.
How long can these people, how long can, let's say somebody signs up now,
right,
how long can they participate?
Until they can turn it on, or it's 60 days anyway. So like if they initiate it to start, yeah. Right. Right, yeah. Okay, is that?
The first 60 days they're signed up, pretty much, no?
They can enroll in it later, right? Anytime within that period they can opt in, but the 60 days starts rolling upon their enrollment date, or starts running, yeah. Okay, we worked out a few kinks even in my understanding, so. Who wants one more thing to explain to people? Me. No. Okay, anyway. I'm going to get angry phone calls. That you didn't tell me. No, I'm just joking. Okay, the class in the box. This I'm really excited about. So most of us are familiar with the Empower Kit, and that was a good system. They send you those invitations, and maybe 12 of us have actually ever sent one of those or handed one of those over. But what works with this kit is instead of coming with 50 of each thing, it comes with 25 of each thing, including product order forms, kit enrollment forms, and I think maybe one other sheet. I can't remember. I was going to list off what all was in it. But and then also 25 wild oranges and 25 invitations. And
10 wild oranges.
10 wild oranges? Oh, it was 25. Yeah, it's half of what it was. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm adding confusion. Anyway, yeah, so 10. So you could buy double. It's only $25. You could buy double and essentially get the same thing you were in the Empower Kit for the same price in terms of wild orange. Where was I going? Oh, it also comes with a DVD. So this is really empowering because for people who are a little bit intimidated to get in front of a class, they can just gather the people and plug in the DVD and you have everything set up and ready to go, which is really great, especially if you're trying to work with somebody who's out of town and that kind of thing. So anyway, that's pretty much in sum what that is, but I'm really excited about it. And oh, in addition to that, with the new enrollment, what do they call it? Your enrollment kit, do they call it that? With your enrollment kit, it's going to come with, instead of all the paperwork that it used to come with, it's going to come with, it's very well laid out, and it comes with a Live, Share, Build guide. So if you aren't familiar with those guides already, they're very useful at helping people kind of track their first steps with doTERRA. And also, they're upgrading doTERRA University to match that system with the Share, or the Live, Share, Build. And so it's just going to be very cohesive and very sort of simple tracks to run on, which we've talked a bit in our group about. And so I'm really excited about them streamlining that because I think there are so many resources out there. Sometimes people get really overwhelmed to start with, and this is really just going to sort of simplify things and make it really easy for you to say, look, this is what you do step by step. So anyway, those are some things to really get excited about because they're clearly taking our suggestions and running with them. I think that's it, right? Okay. Any questions about that stuff? Yeah, Corey.
With enrollment stuff, will that start October 1st or now?
Yeah, enrollment, yeah. I think
The new enrollment.
the new enrollment kit, I feel like the lady told me that's immediate, but it's not.
For the home essentials?
No, not the home essentials. I just mean the enrollment kit that you get, like the information you get, I think that's already switched over. But like the home essentials kit that is going to come with the diffuser instead of past tense, that's going to switch on October 1st. And you can't get the class in a box until October 1st. I know.
And the other thing with doTERRA University being more streamlined, they're going to have a video on every single oil. They're starting with the 10 that are in the Family Physicians Kit. So when you go into doTERRA University, you will be able to learn about every oil, how to use it. There'll be a video. The frankincense one they showed us was really great, short, but very thorough and good. So, and then the Home Essentials Kit, in addition to coming with the diffuser, instead of past tense, it will have a 15 milliliter frankincense instead of a 5 milliliter. So that's going to be our new best top seller, right, everybody? Yeah. So it only starts on October 1st. What? It is going up in price. It'll be $275 instead of $250.
But the
for
diffuser, that's a
$25
huge
more. I
thing.
mean, the diffuser is worth $50 almost, and everybody wants a diffuser. Other companies have kits with diffusers, and we always hear about how.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway.
Okay, and then also we're going to get new websites. This is very exciting because there are some functionality issues with the website that we've been dealing with for years and years. So it looks like it's going to be really pretty, and that's going to. What? I don't know what she's laughing about. Anyway, but it looks really pretty. We just saw a picture. We didn't get to play with that at all, but I'm excited because, you know, they're pretty tech savvy, so I'm assuming it's going to be good. Go ahead. I'm not sure about back office, but I know the shopping site that you can send your customers to.
Yeah, your personal website.
Megan? I think that's going to be October 1st, too. You can get to the preview site, though. If you Google it, it'll say, do you want to, or no, if you go to it, it'll say, do you want to try the new site?
And it says it in that voice.
It does. I don't know how they could replicate that. Anyway, okay.
Okay. Any other questions about any of that? They are also vamping up the aromaticscience.com site. I saw some new modules and things they're adding, and there is, if you are a medical practitioner in the medical field, I think if you go under research and then go to forum, you can join a forum where you can talk about doTERRA with other medical practitioners. And so that's really a neat area, but there's also more clinical research being added all the time, and they will have a guide on every single oil. So if you're used to sending people to other outside sites, nothing wrong with those, but doTERRA is trying to provide all of that within its own website and sources like the Aromatic Science and doTERRA University. So they are listening to our requests for that to be more streamlined as well, the usage guidelines for each individual oil. So I was excited to see that. And I think that's all that we saw, lots of new stuff. I'm sure we forgot 10 things. But anyway, we are going to have some people who were at convention with us come up now. So Laura and Nancy, if you want to make your way, either one of you, whoever wants to start. And they'll just share for a few minutes about what impacted them most and really how it changed them personally, how it's going to change their business. I want you to hear this from not just us, but from anybody who attended. Ask them if you see others who attended, because this is worth saving up for. Lacey's husband figured out, I think it was like $73. If you save $73 a month, you'll have all of your meals, your hotel, your plane ticket, convention price, probably some extra goodies, which I told myself I was not going to get anything doTERRA branded, because who needs that, right? And I got there and got like 12 things. Anyway, but you'd have money for all of that, and it is the best investment in your business. The little regional trainings are great. I would highly recommend those that are coming up. Nashville in May. There's a leadership retreat. It's in Anaheim, California, and that's for silvers and above. I hear awesome things about it. It's a deeper level of training, more leadership focused, and more intimate than the convention. But the convention is the best place to get educated, and it's well worth it. It's so exciting to be around all those people. So I wanted each of them to share. So this is Laura Garcia.
It's a really good place to take your husband.
Yeah. Yeah, it builds their belief. If you want your husband to join you in your business, take him along. So Laura Garcia is going to come up and share what impacted her most, and let me make sure here. All right, so come on up.
You missed the convention. You missed the convention. It was unbelievably life-changing for me. We see all of these things, these products. We're smelling, touching, feeling. But what impacted me the most was right in here. I found my why, and it was amazing how I found my why. I struggled with my why. But when you listen to the Healing Hands Foundation that doTERRA supports and see the lives that are changed through how we're sourcing our oils and how they're actually impacting communities, I could not, I told myself I was not going to cry, but I could not. I was amazed at how this company, corporate America, is giving so much back to third world countries and communities where people have to walk an hour and a half one way to get 1 gallon of water, to then walk back an hour and a half, to then boil that water so their family could drink it. What doTERRA has done, this is in the country of Haiti, and what doTERRA Corporation has done is, because of us purchasing our essential oils and contributing to the Healing Hands Foundation, they've been able to put a pipeline of water into this community where people are turning on a spigot and actually getting fresh water. Maybe it's, I don't even know if it's fresh, and maybe it does still need to be boiled, but that sure saves 3 hours of walking to get that. So watching that just gave me my why. The vetiver essential oil that we produce, that we have, this blew me away. It takes 5 men working 15 days, and I forgot to even write down how many hours they're working. I doubt it's an 8-hour day like we're used to produce 1 gallon of vetiver essential oil. It's back-breaking work. Vetiver is a plant that it's a grass that has its roots 12 to 18 inches deep. These men are literally taking pickaxes and going into the ground to pull this plant up, so then they need the root. It's not from the grass, it's from the root. Then they take this root, like you're shaking all the dirt out of it, then they have to shake all the dirt out of it, and then they somehow produce the essential oil after, in the processing situation. But it's back-breaking work, and these people work so hard, but they're so joyful in their work because they're being able to provide for their families, and these communities are having churches and hospitals, medical facilities built for their community. So it's just amazing. So what impacted me is I personally, I've always felt inadequate. I listened to Tracy, I listened to Ashley and Lindsay Lacey, my friend Lindsay Lacey and Crystal, and I listened to them, and I'm like, I'm just like a menopausal woman who needed essential oils. These women are brilliant, and I feel so inadequate. I listen to their classes, and I just like, but with that feeling of inadequacy, this week has given me hope that I can just share what I know. I'm here to help people. I want them to have a healthier lifestyle. No, I don't know about every hormonal thing imaginable. I just know what I feel. But if I can share the essential oils to people who are hurting, people who have issues like I do, and just say, here's one drop, and it can transform your life. My feeling of inadequacy isn't quite what it used to be before convention. So does that mean I have to leave? Oh, okay. Usually that's like, okay, already. I wrote down some things that have really, some quotes, and make sure you have lots of pens, because that's all you're doing is writing. Here are some things. I have the ability to see the story and to change the story, to see who I am and to see who I want to be. So that was great. I found that now. I'm in the service industry to help people who want to help themselves in the realm of natural solutions. I'm not a oil salesperson. I'm in the service industry to help people. I have the tools and support that I need to help me in my journey. And there's plenty of support, like we've learned the class in the box and all these other tools that we have, which is great. But I have an awesome upline who, and everyone here that's helped me, that can help you too. I learned to let go of my inadequate feelings. I know enough to help someone, and I'm getting better and helping someone better every day. I don't, and here's 2 quotes and then I'm done. I don't have to be great to start, but I have to start to be great. So we have to take that step. We have to take that step forward and just share. And if it comes from the heart, people are going to see the genuineness of your heart. We don't have to worry about script and things, but if it's coming from the heart, just like I'm rattling on right now. And I have had, you know, Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. But here's a great quote I never heard, and it says, if Plan A doesn't work, there are 25 more letters. So anyway, that's the story of my life. So thanks for letting me share.
Okay, next up is Nancy Kessinger, and this is amazing because she signed up just a couple months ago, hasn't really gotten off the ground. She's had a couple classes with the help of her upline, and she came to a class at my house, just kind of skeptical but interested in learning more, and left realizing she had hope for a possible business. And so where other people were saying, people who are very committed to their businesses were saying, well, I just can't because of time or money, and valid excuses or reasons, not that I would discount those. Nancy, who really has not even jumped into her business, said, I need to go to this because this is where I'm going to learn what I need to know how to do this business, and this is the best possible thing I can do for my business. And we were all kind of blown away, like, really, you're going to go? That's a lot of money and time, and you know, and she just knew that she needed to be there. So can't wait for you to hear what she learned.
It was awesome. I loved it. 18,000 people in one place is overwhelming, but a lot of learning went on. And I mean, for me, my aha moment was definitely the class in a box, because that's where I was stuck. I don't know what to say. How do you do this? I know you share oils. I've never really done oils until I went to crystals, and I put on peppermint, and I was like, wow, that was awesome. So that class in a box, I got to see the whole class in a box. They also give you a script. I don't know if you knew this. A script that tells you when to play the video, then what to say, and then when to play the video. So, I mean, I can't wait to get that. I need October 1st to be tomorrow because I'm just so excited about that. So, anyway, that was definitely my aha moment. But also, a couple of things that kind of stood out to me was how to jumpstart your doTERRA business. Y'all probably already know this, but it was all new to me. So I liked what they said, so I'm going to just go ahead and give it to you. If you want it, you can write it down. But the first one was live the lifestyle. Of course, using the oils daily, all the time, sharing that. Know your why. Personally, my why is I was looking for something to do. Didn't know exactly what, and didn't know that this was going to be it. But I just needed something to get me out there. I've been a stay-at-home mom for a while. I do part-time work for Chick-fil-A, but other than that, I basically was looking for something. So that was my why, is the financial. And then share it. Be sure you're sharing your why. You need to know the back office. That's the one thing, one of my weaknesses is I'm not a computer person. I'll talk to you all day long, but to be on that computer, it scares me. So be sure you know the back office and learn that part. Define your schedule as far as clocking in and out, because your time equals your results. So the more time you put into this business, the more results you're going to get. So just know that. And then don't try to just quote unquote fit it in. You've got to be very specific about this business and treat it like a business. So for me, that was big. Make a daily plan, have clear expectations and daily habits. Also, number 5 was jump into education. I mean, that's why I'm here tonight. That's why I went, because if you're not, you need to be at events so you can learn what's going on and how to do, and the more training, the better. You know, it's just like anything else. You need to keep learning so that you can know what's going on. And then start the list. So I'm sure all of you all know what the list is. And that's number 7 is set up for your first 3 classes. So basically for me, that was a good thing. Like, okay, where do I start? So I schedule your first 3 classes. I mean, that was big, so that was a good start. And number 8, do the SHARE program. And number 9 is weekly mentoring calls. And number 10 was set goals for yourself. So those were points that stood out to me. Of course, as Laura shared about what this company gives back. I think there were so many tears shed. I mean, it was crazy because they're so giving, very unselfish, all about others. And that's one thing that I loved, is because it's all about helping others. So from us all the way to the company and the president. So I saw that firsthand, and that was awesome for me. So that's all.
Hi. Well, first of all, I got a lot of free stuff, so I just wanted to point that out. We got the convention kit, which of course we demonstrated, which also came with Birch that I don't think that I see over here. Is it over here? Oh, okay. But anyway, you can't get Birch unless you go to convention, so that alone really makes it worth it, right? Anyway, the other thing is we got a backpack. The other thing is our uplines. Yeah, I have a sharp eye on that thing tonight. Where's Abby? Stay, guys. Stay. Anyway, and then your uplines give you stuff. So Crystal and I each got an aroma light diffuser and frankincense, a bottle of frankincense, just for being there. From Natalie Wasaki, who's 2 up from, I know, right? Anyway, we got something from Peggy Smith. Tanya gave us, this is a really cool thing. It's a keychain that you can fill with like oils and send it to somebody and have a class kind of that way, and it's like a gift. You're like, if you're willing to have a class, here's a keychain. It's a really good idea. So
She just came up with that idea. We were talking about that the other day.
there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, nothing new under the sun. Yes. Yeah, you can get the keychains on your LRP, or you can order them from Aroma Tools. No, she printed that off and had it laminated and put it with. But yeah, maybe she will. Yeah, in a PDF or something. And what else do we got? Oh, at the if you're silver and above, you get treated like royalty. If you're diamond and above, I'm telling you, I could care less about the paycheck. I just want to be diamond, so I don't have to worry about seating next time. No, anyway. We got a past tense. But we also got, on the first night, there's like this big product reveal night where you can go and play games and stuff for silvers and above, and we also got a free little, that thingy.
I didn't get one of those.
You didn't go pick it up, sucker. No, anyway.
I paid $20 for mine. I didn't know about that.
You paid $20 for that thing? Anyway. I will say, I'm going to send a few complaints because all of their products are made in China. And I'm like, why can't we worry about the kids in China? Anyway, but I'm going to go back to why, I really love this company, because they do blow my socks off when it comes in terms of the oils, which is why we're really there. And even Drew was just like, blown away. They showed 2 videos, and I'm hoping they'll come, like the Hawaiian sandalwood video. I don't know if any of you have watched that, where it shows you like the farm and how they source it. They did that with the cardamom, and they did that with the vetiver, and the arbor vitae. Yeah, Abby.
Aren't they continuing the Hawaiian sandalwood? Because I've heard that that's a rumor, and I've also heard that that's true.
I think it's true. I think they just still have stock. So they stock up for at least 2 years. They're planning for 2 years out. So I think they just have a pretty big stock. So don't worry about stock. They did reassure us of that. But anyway, when we were watching those videos, one of the really cool things about doTERRA, it's hard to tell when you look at the faces of the president and everything. They're all very clean cut. So I don't think I have much in common with them. But then they start talking about these oils and these farms, and it's like, whoa, we have a lot in common, a lot of the same goals. I mean, they talk about sustainability and about helping these people to grow the plants in a way that's, good for the earth, and not just good for today, but good for 10 and 20 and 30 years out. And so it was really, really neat to see that. And one of the exciting things was we were watching the video about cardamom. And cardamom, I don't know, I didn't realize it was such an expensive herb. I thought that those long silky things, where saffron was more expensive, and maybe it is, I don't know. They said cardamom was the most expensive though, and yeah, maybe saffron's not an herb technically, I don't know. Anyway, cardamom's a spice, yeah. So where it grows, there are these farmers who've been growing cardamom, and what happens is they're so poor that as soon as someone will pay them, they harvest and they give it to the person who's going to give them any money at all, because they have to eat. So the best case scenario is that these farmers form a co-op, and that's what doTERRA is going in and saying, all right, you farmers band together, set a price that's fair, and we'll pay you that price. And there was this one scene where it wasn't the president of the company, but it was somebody really high up in the company, and he looked at the farmer and said, okay, make a co-op. And the guy he was like, we've tried. And it was just heartbreaking, because you know that these people aren't stupid. I mean, they know what has to happen. But when your children are hungry, you're going to do whatever it takes. And so it's, like, it's hard sometimes because you're like, they don't have running water. I mean, whose fault is that? Is that their fault? It is not their fault, because there's just all these circumstances of us going in, not us, literally, but people going in and taking more than they deserve and not being fair. And I just think that we can switch that, and I think being a part of a company that is having such an impact, we had 18,000 people there, and that is like, I mean, what did they say that represents, like 10%, if that? No, not even. Yeah, I mean, there's over 1 million, so it's just insane at the impact that we can technically have pushing these products on people. So, push. Yeah, I don't mind selling a product you can get behind like that. My husband doesn't mind selling a product you can get behind like that. I mean, there's definitely the hokiness of the ribbons on the name tag and whatnot, but it seems like they're almost just doing that just because, okay, just to get it out of the way. And then the other stuff is why they're really there. What'd you say? Oh, right, to list it. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so that's, I think, probably what impacted me the most, was just how committed they are to things that I am committed to in my daily life, and that, of course, re-justifies me being a part of this company. But anyway.
Did it go off? Yes. I don't know what happened with the recording. Okay, so that was something that I think impacted all of us equally, just seeing the amount of work that they do. I personally, I will admit, I do the $1 donation to Healing Hands. I've done that since I watched the convention via the virtual pass last year and saw all the videos about how much good that does. If that is still available, it's $65. You can do it for the next couple weeks. I think they're going to have that up. So I would highly recommend watching all the general sessions that are available to watch online. But this year they also mentioned, that rose hand lotion that you can add, and it gives you no PV, and so a lot of people don't order it. But they were saying if added that to their LRP, we would be the largest charitable organization in the world. And so, and I tried some. I was like, that'd make a great gift, and it's totally worth the $20. It's got rose oil in it. Anyway, just the amount of good that we can do by giving. And I'm going to go on one of those trips, and probably more than one. I'm very excited about that, and it helped me to also see that's why I'm in this company. It reminded me I am definitely in the right place, because I've always loved mission work and traveling, and being able to go other places and help people, and knowing that when I buy a bottle of Vetiver, that's actually helping people in Haiti have clean water to drink that they don't have to walk 3 hours for. Those kind of things are really impacting. So Healing Hands is huge. You've heard about that. On all of Saturday morning, the entire morning session was doctors and clinical researchers and people from the medical world talking about how they're using the oils in their practices and in their research. And a lot of it was over my head, I'll be honest, but it was amazing and very exciting to hear the advances. This was not said from stage. I heard this as it could be a rumor afterward, but it sounded viable that the Utah board has noticed a decrease in revenue in their Utah hospitals, and they've linked it directly to doTERRA being founded in Utah. So they're contacting doTERRA and saying, we want to get more involved in your clinical research. We want to know what's going on. This is obviously a big deal, and of course it is. This was the largest convention ever to be held in the state of Utah. Next year they're going to have 2 conventions running simultaneously next to each other, and the presenters will run back and forth and do their talks twice because there's nowhere large enough. And I heard you'd have to go to Los Angeles, or maybe one other city in the U.S. has a large enough convention area. And they want to keep it in Salt Lake because you can, go to the headquarters and all the stuff is there, everything, so they're going to keep it there as long as they can. But anyway, I'm sorry? Yeah, this was, just as far as convention though. And the arena, that's what we were in. We were in the arena where the Utah Jazz plays. It holds 18,000 people, and it was sold out 3 months ago. So yeah, it's huge. And this is, they showed pictures from the first convention 6 years ago. There was like 150 people there. And that's in only 6 years. So any glitches we ran into, I kept remembering. Last year they probably, what did they have, like 10,000? Almost twice as many this year. So how do you deal with that? I don't even know. So that was amazing. But the upline, the team, the bonding time, getting to meet, spend time, and just the generosity of the upline giving, gifts to us and recognition, that was really fun. But what impacted me the very most was one of the breakout sessions I went to, and Lacey said same thing for her. Really, if I had to list in order, Healing Hands and those videos and the inspirational stories, that was number one. But as far as from a business aspect, there was a speaker, his name's Seth Reisenmay, and he talked about creating the pipelines and how, they talked about literally creating pipelines in Haiti, but creating pipelines for your business, because just working an hour and getting paid for an hour's worth of work is like hauling buckets, hauling a bucket of water to your house every day, walking 3 hours to provide for your family. And there's a story, there's a whole video about it on MyDough Pro, that if you take some extra time at the end of the day after you're hauling buckets and start building a pipeline, and it may take years to build that pipeline, but then you'll have running water forever and you'll never haul another bucket. And that's what we do in our business. And so he talked a lot about finding your purpose and starting to build your pipeline if it looks crazy and if it takes sacrifices. And people don't understand, you don't have time to do that. Why are you building this pipeline? You've got enough for today. What are you greedy? All of those things that you'll come up against when people see you building your doTERRA pipeline. It's really about helping people, number one, but it is also about what we can provide and do for our own families, having that plan A, B, or X, Y, Z, or whatever it might be for your family. That's okay, and you should feel proud of that, and it's worth the sacrifices you have to make. And the dichotomy of a business like this is the very things that you want are the things you may have to give up some of to make this work. So for example, if you're saying, I really want more time with my family, I really want more money, but here's this business where I have to give up time with my family to do it, and I have to spend money to get the products. So you have to have a long-term vision of where that's going to lead down the road and what that investment is going to be. And it's the only business I know of where you can be making back what you spent the very first month. If you want to go open up a franchise or even a boutique or something, it's tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and be prepared to be in debt for 10 to 50 years and not to see the profit. And the very first month I was in doTERRA, I had 2 classes. I was a little nervous about making that $100 LRP, and at the end of the month I had made $400 in Fast Start. So I saw immediately, this is worth it, and I committed to a class a week, and it took me a while. There was a big gap of time in between those two. I'm skipping some of that, but let me tell you some of what Seth Reisenmay said. He said, really think about why you're here, for starters, and how badly you want this. And if you want to be diamond, there is nothing stopping you. You can just come and get it. It's wide open, especially here in North Carolina. He's saying this in Utah, where people might be skeptical that that's true. But how badly do you want it? Because it's really a choice. And whether diamond is maybe not your goal. Honestly, my goal when I started was gold. I thought if I could just be gold, wow. And I looked at the income chart, and that seemed as far and big as I could dream at that point. And now I'm a level beyond that. And this is a year after really committing to this business. So, obviously we're on track for diamond, and we're going to get there. We're going to be number 2 and 3 in North Carolina. So it's a little competition, just friendly and fun. I hope she gets there first. But here's some things he said. You want to have a 6-3-1 schedule. And I really liked this, and something about it works for my brain, and it may not for you. There's others where it's like 2-2-2, do 2 calls a day and 2 contacts, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, all of that seemed overwhelming. This whole 6-3-1 schedule works for how my brain works, and if it doesn't for you, that's okay. But the 6 daily questions, 3 weekly objectives, and 1 monthly event is what he recommended if you really want to move your business to that point. So I'll spell it out for you. 1 monthly event is the number 1 thing. Okay, so you're here. Congratulations, mark that off your list. 1 monthly event. The 3 weekly things would be attend a team call that's offered to you if there's one this week. And if there's not, just get on a training on MyDope Pro or something like that. So a weekly training call. Talk to a mentor and set some goals, and this is weekly. Setting goals once a month is really not enough. You need to weekly evaluate your numbers, where you are, and get in the habit of doing that to check your weekly objectives and goals, and then teach 2 to 5 people a class once a week. So then that's where I said a year ago, that's what I have time for, 1 class a week, and I really thought that wasn't going to be enough. And within a few months, Lacey and I were both silver after we decided together that's what we were going to do, is 1 a week, teaching 1 class a week. So those are your 3 weekly things. Attend a team call or training, online, video, something like that. Talk to a mentor and set goals, and teach a class to 2 to 5 people. And then your 6 daily questions. I love these. These are great. So every morning he has a notebook, and he has it all printed out, and I want one. Like, it's all every day printed out for him. These are his 6 daily questions to answer in the morning. Number 1, who will I share with today? Number 2, who has attended a class that I will follow up with? Number 3, who has enrolled that I can help better understand the LRP? And I'll stop there and just add that if you have some wellness advocates who don't understand LRP and haven't enrolled, this is going to be the lifeblood of your business. So have a follow-up class. Call it Making the Most of Your Membership. Show them going through the back office and the perks of how they can really make the most of getting the free products and the points and everything that doTERRA offers. So that was number 3. Number 4, who is using the product that I will talk to about the business today? And a lot of these things, they could just take a few minutes. I mean, it's not, you don't necessarily have to have hours and hours to do this. Number 5, who is building that I will support? So look at your team, who's building that might need some support today. Because as they pointed out multiple times, we aren't hunters. We're not in the business of convincing people. We are farmers. So we're planting seeds, we're watering, we're being patient because some take longer to sprout than others, and we want a sustainable business. So who's building that I can help support? And number 6 is, what will I read, watch, or listen to that will help me grow as a leader? And so he gets up in the morning and asks himself these questions, and that helps him to plan his day for what's most important for him to focus on that day. And then at the end of the day, the most important question is, have I done any good or helped anyone in need today? And if you can answer yes, and you didn't get all of your other questions and to-do lists done, but you can answer yes to that question, then you've done the most important thing that day. You can lay your head on your pillow and feel good about what you've done that day. So he did a little demonstration that I thought would be fun to do, and I'm not sure who to pick on. Lacey knows what I'm going to do. So let's have Yvonne come up. Come on up. I promise it won't be embarrassing or take much time. So you're going to stand over there by Lacey, okay? So you're over there as a wellness advocate at the consultant level, and Diamond is over here. Pretend I'm in this circle. So I'm going to ask you, how badly do you want it? Do you want to be a diamond?
Sure.
Okay, then come and get it. Come and get it. It's here. Stop. Stop, stop. No. You're not ready. Turn around. Go back. So do you want to be a diamond?
Yes.
Okay, come and get it.
Stop.
No, stop. Go back. Go back. You're not ready. You're totally not ready. So you want to be a diamond, right?
Sure.
Okay, come get it.
Stop.
Turn around. Go back. So I thought you said you wanted to be a diamond.
There's a rock right there.
Are you going to let me stop you from being a diamond? Come and get it. Thank you. My friend Yvonne. Give her a hand. So the point of his little demonstration was, you know, who's standing in your way? What wall is that? Are you going to let me or anyone else stand in your way? Really, the only person who can stand in your way is you and your excuses. And we all have them. So,
don't listen to Chris.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, right? So, and it is not a sprint. It is a marathon, or I like to think of it as a hike because I like to hike, and I grew up hiking, and I've got my hiking shoes on today. And it's, you know, who people are on the top of that mountain getting that awesome view. They didn't just get dropped there most of the time. They're not just, you know, helicoptered up there. They walked, they hiked, they put in the time to get there. And that's what we're doing, one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. Some people are faster than others, and it's not going to be getting there by sprint. And yeah, sometimes you have to ignore your leaders and just blow past them. And go get what you want, but don't let people stand in your way or excuses or you know, I hear a lot in this area, oh, everybody knows about it. No, they don't. Go to the mall, go to the store, see all the people you've never met and ask them, or just try it. Run up and have you heard of essential oils? Like, are you crazy? Who is this person? There's tons of people out there. If they're saturated in your circle, let's get out of that. I'm building my fourth leg in another state because I got tired of stepping on people's toes, and I want my team here to feel like there's room for them to grow. And there's people I know other places. I had to get out of my comfort zone to do that. And we all know people other places. There's countries opening up all the time. You know, somebody in Mexico or Canada or wherever in the world. Think about that. Really look at that in your contact list where you know other people besides here too. Question in the back, Jenny. Sure. Number 2. Who has attended a class that I will follow up with? And I'm glad you asked, because this is a weakness for a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people as I'm mentoring, they say follow-up is their weakness. And it doesn't have to be a scary thing. It doesn't have to be a pushy thing at all. It's just, thanks for coming to the class. Do you have any questions I can answer for you? Or do you have any health concerns you're wondering about using oils for? And see where the conversation leads. It doesn't have to be, hey, so you attended a class, or when are you going to buy something? You know, and I think that's what we feel like people hear. But if you speak from your heart, and your heart is to help them, they're going to hear that. They're going to see that and in your follow-up. And making time for it. If you have to spend 2 hours at a coffee shop and get away from your house and your family and just have your contact list in your phone to make it happen, that's what I have to do sometimes. Because if I'm at home, there's a million distractions. There's a load of laundry that needs to be folded, that, you know, the phone's ringing or somebody needs me. So make time for that follow-up, because if you're not following up, chances are that person may find someone else who's ready to support them and forget that you're the one who introduced them. So you don't want that to happen. Other questions? Yes, Lori? Sure, okay. Number 3 was who has enrolled that I can help better understand the LRP program? And number 4, who is using the product that I can talk to about the business? So what Lacey mentioned with the enrollment kit, the build, the live, share, build, that's what you're doing. You're trying to figure out where are people in that continuum. Are they just living it? Are they just learning how to use the oils and they're happy with that? Are they starting to share? Are they ready to share some? Are they ready to build? And figuring out where people are and helping them to the next step along that path is how you build your team. Because I think 99.9% of the people who are on my team said when they started, I don't do network marketing. I don't sell. I'm not interested in the business. I don't want to go. I just want the oils. I said that. So all of us had a shift at some point or another because the oils worked, or because we had that need, or we discovered our why, whatever reason it was, but we had that shift somewhere. And think about that for yourself too, as you're talking to people. Don't get discouraged. If they're not ready for that, meet them where they are and help them where they need it and where they're ready. So I'll be quiet now. What other questions? Okay, so that was a convention recap for you. We do have some literature up here. There's a new Living magazine coming out, new Leadership magazine, the new products, the new catalog, wherever that floated around to, and yeah, what else? Oh yeah, Lacey wants to tell you about something else.
One of the breakaways we did with Natalie Goddard, which you've probably seen her. She does the using essential oils everyday oil expert, that video with the other lady, and her son Max was the one who got burned over the summer. You would recognize her if you saw her. She talks in a very sweet voice, and she's very sweet. Anyway, she did an recognizing the emotional root to your physical ailment. And I just brought this. She passed this out for everybody. So I thought maybe if you wanted to, you could take a picture of it. Of course, the Emotions and Essential Oils book is really good too, but this is kind of handy. So you could use your phone and take a picture of that. Unfortunately, that's one thing though that you missed if you didn't go to convention. The second day was these breakaway events, and even if you pay the $65 to stream it, you can't watch those. And they were really, really, really good. And it doesn't matter how far along you are in the company. There was 3 different ones. Drew, I sent him into one that was sort of more focused on how to have a class. There was like a Mythbuster section, which some of us who went to DC heard that, and it's really good with Laura Jacobs. But then the ones we did were hormones and emotions and sleep with essential oils. Yeah, I mean, it was really good. And then the pipeline guy, he was fantastic. And then the other one, I don't even know. But yeah, so that's stuff that you just can't get in the streaming. You have to go, and it's really worth it. Even if that was the only day we went, it probably would have been worth it. So anyway, that's it.
Yeah. Yes.
She said they were going to maybe put it on doTERRA Tools. I think that's what she said, but I haven't verified that, and I mean, you would probably just search emotions back there or something. If somebody has a phone they can do that with, they could try it right now. What were the websites that Seth Risenmay put up? These websites, one where you can download his, it was the PowerPoint that he went through about the pipeline stuff, and then there were a few other resources that you're going to want to write down.
Yeah, he has some great things out there. I tried to print and I didn't have time to play with it long, but even just looking at it was helpful. But his first one was just mycompensationplan.com. This is what he takes to explain the compensation plan to people. It's laid out beautifully. He's just brilliant with this stuff. Mycompensationplan.com. His second one he told us about is myfasttrackplanner.com. This is where he lays out the 631 success schedule and what he does to help people who are wanting to succeed get on the right track and get on the fast track for that. So myfasttrackplanner.com. And the third one, it was mymembershipoverview.com. So this is how he shows people an overview of what they're getting out of their membership and how to make the most of it. And you could teach a whole make the most of your membership class off of that, and then have a computer to show the back office. And I recommend doing that. Even if it's a virtual online class, make sure you're following up with those people who have signed up and aren't taking advantage of all the perks and points that they can get as members from that. So I did bring a few things to raffle off just for fun. If you didn't get a raffle ticket, raise your hand now or forever hold your peace. And my catalog is floating around somewhere. I'm not doing raffles until I get that back. I only have one new catalog, so if you have that somewhere, yep, make sure. Okay, yeah. I'm just sort of halfway kidding about that. Okay, so I have 3 prizes to do here, and after we get all the tickets collected, question, Sandra, yeah? No? Oh, you're waiting for a ticket. Okay, so I thought you got one, sorry. Are there any other questions before we wrap up? We'll stick around for a little bit to answer other questions and let you peruse some of the stuff. Yes, Lori? Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and announce the upcoming events since we have a question about that. So next Thursday, October 2nd, I had to do it on a Thursday. I couldn't get a Monday this next month. In Winston-Salem, we're changing our venue. It's going to be closer for some West Virginia, Winston-Salem people. It's the Miller Park Recreation Center, and that'll be on Thursday, October 2nd. We'll be covering, Leanne will actually be covering hormones, hormonal balance and blood sugar balancing. And then it will be here again. Is it the last Thursday or the... of October? It's the 30th, October 30th. The same class will be here, hormone and blood sugar balancing. October 2nd in Winston-Salem, October 30th here. And they're both at 7. And then in November, the monthly classes, we're going to be doing Oils of the Bible. And we'll be doing that in Winston-Salem on the first Monday. And my plan is to do it on the first Monday of the month thereafter, but we're not going to be doing it in December. December dates between the recreation center schedule and my schedule were too crazy, so we're going to be skipping that. But we'll do that in December, November, first Monday, and then here, are we doing the third Thursday?
Yeah, the third because the last.
So the last, so in November it'll be the third Thursday, same topic, oils of the Bible. Other upcoming events, Tanya Cottrell, our diamond from Montana, who is my enroller, she wants to come very badly and help us and train us and pour into us. And so we've been trying to figure out weekends that would work, and it's looking like the weekend of November 21st, which is the weekend before Thanksgiving, is what's going to work best for her, both for plane ticket pricing and scheduling and her own kids, and so their schedules. So we are hoping to have a meeting on November 20th. That's a Thursday, a team meeting for everybody. Oh, it is. It's the same Thursday. Okay.
Well, we could just, what we could do is we could probably transfer the oils of the Bible to the first Thursday in December. So
okay.
that we can fit that in. Is that too bad for everybody?
So that would be awesome for Frankincense.
Well, yeah.
I know. That's true. But you can come to the one in Winston. It's on a Thursday in October. A Thursday, October. Oh, that November class. Okay. Well, we'll work all that out and let everyone know. But if that's when Tanya can come, we need to make that work, because that's, our diamond. She may come once every couple of years. I don't know how often she'll even be able to get out here. And that's when it's looking like. So I will make that official once we find a place and she gets her plane tickets. The other thing she wants to do with us is a retreat, and that will just be for people who are at Elite and above. So Elite is 3,000 OV. It'll be an overnight thing. It'll be like 24 hours, and it's been hard to schedule again with her schedule and the place. We're trying to keep it really cost effective for everybody. And I have a contact at Camp Caraway in Sophia. So we have booked it for the 21st tentatively, as long as Tanya's schedule works out. It's a Friday. We're not going to start it till 4 o'clock. So if you can take off a couple hours early, I can get there in less than an hour from my house in Kernersville. It's not that far. So it'll be Friday overnight, and then all day Saturday, and it'll be about 24 hours, 4 o'clock to 4 o'clock, something like that. But it'll be a time for her to get into a deeper level of training. And she has some awesome gifts. She can't wait to just come and give gifts and give training and bond with everybody, answer questions, and really help people get their businesses off the ground. So for those who have, most of us it's going to be like you're 12 years old at summer camp. So we're going to be on bunk beds in this big dorm-style cabins, but there is a lodge that will be the same price, and it has 5 bedrooms. So if there are families or moms with nursing babies who need to bring a spouse or babysitter or something, that's going to be possible for a handful of people. So we'll get the registration information out. The first 5 to claim spots in that lodge will get them. Yes? They don't have space at Camp Caraway. We're expecting, I told them like 30 to 50 people, because we have something like 75 elites and above on my team. So we just don't have the space to do. And there are retreats. Just like doTERRA does a retreat for silvers and above, when you've built your business to a point where you've proven that you're a builder and you're serious, you kind of deserve and get a higher level of training, because we're not going to be covering basics of back office and LRP at this retreat. We're going to get into really leadership material. So the team meeting she's doing to be open to everyone, so that everyone can meet her and hear from her and bring guests. But the retreat will be for elites, and that's a lot of time. There's 2 more months. It's 3,000 OV. That's like 4 classes. So there's lots of time for people to hit that if you haven't hit it yet. I think we'll make it by like the end of October to hit it, but there may be exceptions if someone gets on fire and hits it before November that date, and there's still open spaces. So we will get all the details worked out and sent to everybody. I just wanted to make sure you kind of save that weekend, because I'm pretty sure that's when it's going to happen. And those are our next few classes we have planned, and the next team meeting. So anything else? Everybody has a ticket now? Okay.
Did I get that on?
You don't have all the stubs? No, they're here. Oh, no, they're here. So you can either dump them in there or yeah, sorry. Okay, so we'll have Lacey draw and call it a number.
No pressure.
Oh no. Sorry.
Not
bad.
Okay, 16. Oh wait, this is what David Sterling did at the spring cleaning in Raleigh. Everybody raise your hand.
Everybody raise your
hand. Put your hand
hand.
down when it doesn't match your number anymore. 1, 1. Or no, sorry. 1, 6. You're probably all the same, so it's the last number. 1, 1, 3. And then you guys are all very similar now. 0.
Yay! Okay, so come on up and get your prize. It is a 5 milliliter bottle of Deep Blue oil. So you can come on up and claim it. And we'll do another one. I'll draw the next one. You can hand that to her. Okay. All right, that was fun. So hands up. Ready? 1, 6, 1, 1, 0, 8. And I have a 15 milliliter bottle of lemongrass oil for Debbie. And I have one more. It's small, but I kind of think it's the best personally. It's tiny, but you're going to love it.
Okay, bring it up. Maybe we should stand. Everybody stand up.
Stretch.
This is really fun.
This is really fun from our perspective anyway.
All right, 1, 6, 1, 1, 2. Oh, and 8.
Okay, Leanne. Okay, so what I have for Leanne, this is just fun. It's one breeze drop. I know that's not much, but this is Dr. Hill's recommended anxiety blend. If you don't have this, you're going to want to write it down. It's equal parts. This is a special blend just from Dr. Hill for stress and anxiety, okay? Equal parts Roman chamomile, frankincense, and bergamot, or bergamot, depending where you come from. And you can do it just straight, and I just open this up and smell it. There's only a few drops of each in here, but I keep one with me all the time now. It really works. Or you can put it in a roller and dilute it and, apply it and all of that too, but just start with equal parts of those 3 oils, Roman chamomile, frankincense, and bergamot.
What was the balance on this? There was one with balance that was...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I think we're wrapping that up with that, and please come ask questions and see stuff if you'd like. But thank you for coming. We hope you found it worthwhile.